Welcome back, hunters, to day 6 of our Monster Hunter World campaign in the Wildspire Wastes. In the last episode, we hunted down a Jyuratodus, but now if we want to hunt him down again, he's going to be harder, and as we discovered in the last game, the Charge Blade needs a little help. So I had an idea that I would go hunt a Baroth so that I can get some generic materials to make the better weapons for the Charge Blade. However, that's not a guarantee, and I really don't want to waste time doing it. Although I can get better armors for the 2 different hunters, I feel like my time was better suited doing something else. That something else is called downtime activities. What are downtime activities? Well, let me tell you. They're found in the back of the quest book. These are some activities that you can do instead of going on a hunt. You spend the entire day doing 3 of a list of 5 and see what you get. So, we're going to spend the entire day doing these downtime activities. I'll make a note of it in my campaign log saying that we spent day 6 doing them, and then we'll run through it. The first thing we'll do is visit the resource center. What this allows us to do is that each hunter will roll 2 dice and get the results from the table. The insect glaive gets Dragonite ore, and I actually believe that's what I need. And then the Charge Blade gets Quality Bone. I think those are both great things. Quality Bone, Dragonite ore. Okay, before I continue, let me just make sure is that what I need? But the second thing we can do is visit the provisions stockpile. What this does is allow us to remove 3 common ores, bones, or hides from our character sheets, and then receive 1 common bone, ore, or hide, or potion if we really care. So here we can take some of the stuff that we definitely don't need and create the things that we do. Since I need 2 Carbolite ores, I'm thinking of sacrificing a handful of hard bones, which I don't need, and boulder bones. Because I've recorded all of my ores in one sheet, I actually don't know which is specific to one hunter over the other, but I'll divide it by 2. So for example, if I have 4 boulder bones, 2 belong to the insect glaive and 2 belong to the Charge Blade. Therefore, I won't get rid of 3 boulder bones to get 1 item out. I will instead have to say get rid of 2 and then 1 of something else to get my 3. That way it's kind of fair. I like to play the game as it's written, as it's intended, and not add too many custom rules or overlook things in the book. So, if I'm trying to get 2 Carbolite ores out of this, I'll get rid of 2 monster hard bones and a boulder bone, and that'll give me 1 Carbolite ore for the insect glaive, and then the same from the Charge Blade. So now, I can get rid of 2 of my Fusium ore, 2 Carbolite ore, because we are sharing resources, 3... No, I don't have the Dragonite ore. Never mind about that. I could spend another day doing this, but I don't think I will need to. Instead, I will get rid of the Monster Hard Bone, so now I have 0 of that. 2 Monster Keen Bone, I now have 0 of that. And 3 Quality Bones, guess what I have? 0. And that'll make a Mighty Strong Arm, which is the green rarity weapon for the Charge Blade. Still a bone weapon. Don't know how that's going to work out for me, but it's better than the yellow rarity weapon that I'm currently using. As we saw, Charge Blade really wasn't cutting it out when it came to damage. So hopefully this brings them back into a more formidable force that can actually do damage and not just sit around taking hits. But I'm just now realizing I actually need to make the hard bone strong arm, which I can. I do have 1 Monster Bone Large, guess what I have? 0. 1 Monster Bone Medium, I have 1 left. And then 1 Boulder Bone, I had 2, I now have 1 left. So I'm actually double crafting here. So, here we have the 2 weapons. Every bone weapon essentially has a deck of 10 damage cards. Hopefully that's not going to become a problem for me. But as we can see from the green rarity weapon, it'll give us 3 damage 3 cards, 4 damage 2s, and 3 damage 1s. The numbers go up, and that's what we want to see. Also, when it comes to the attack cards it brings into the deck, it takes out and brings in the same cards that the yellow rarity weapon does, but it also removes 2 forward slashes, and brings in 2 lunging slashes. So I'm going to go grab those cards and we'll see what we're dealing with here. So for those people who don't know how it works, when we're modifying our attack deck here, we look at the card that we're actually using as our weapon. So we pay no mind to the previous weapons that I've crafted and put them off to the side. I have them in a pile beneath the Charge Blades reference card so that I just always have access to them, as well as the attack cards that I took out depending on the weapon I've chosen. So here are these return strokes that I've taken out. I'm then going to look for the powered strokes that I added in and basically reset my attack deck as if I just started playing the game. Now from here, I look at what my weapon tells me to do with my now refreshed starting attack deck. And now it says to remove 2 charged rising slashes and put in 2 quick rising slashes. It is a improved version of this card. The previous one was damage 2, but you can only play it if you didn't play any other cards in the turn. And the way that I interpret it, even sprinting or using a card that was discarded, that counted towards this, because all cards are played and then either sent to a discard or put onto the stamina board face up or face down. So with that wording now gone on the upgraded card, it's a lot more versatile. Second, the agility goes up. So we take these cards, put them under our reference sheet because I do not need them anymore, and these go in. Next, we're taking out forward slashes and bringing in 2 lunging slashes. Here we have forward slash, movement 1 any direction, 1 damage card. And here we have lunging slash, 2 movement in any direction, 2 damage cards, and again, agility goes up by 1. So we take all this. This is our new attack deck for the Mighty Strong Arm. I will now need to recreate my damage deck by throwing all this away and pulling together the cards that it tells me specifically to get. So there we have it, a new attack deck and a new damage deck, and hopefully my Charge Blade is now equipped to deal with stronger monsters. Her damage deck might be smaller than others, but it's not about the size of your deck. It's about whether or not you can whip out the damage when you need it. And that's what I always say. So that's 2 of our downtime activities. The third that we can do is to visit the Meowscular Chef. This allows us to get 1 resistance of any type for each hunter to take on to the next hunt. This is situationally useful, and we just happen to be in a situation where it is useful. So each hunter will get 1 water resistance in addition to what they already have. Unfortunately, you cannot become stronger against flat damage. Damage is damage, it's not an elemental type. But since Jyuratodus does nothing but spit water at us, this is great. For those of you who are curious, the other activities we can do is visit the Handler, which allows us to hunt a monster an additional time, because normally you can only hunt a monster 5 times in total, 1 assignment quest, and 4 investigation quests of any type. So if you hit that limit and say, but I really want to hunt that monster again, you can do so doing this. And the 5th thing you can do is pet the Poogie. Unfortunately, I do not have the Poogie painted, and so I do not believe anything will happen if I pet him. I'm sorry. I know everyone loves the Poogie. I don't. If you don't do anything for me, I don't do anything for you. With our activities done, that is a day well spent. So thank you for watching another episode of it. Nah, I'm kidding. Okay, so obviously that's a day. Let's move on to the next day. We're doing Jyuratodus investigation quest. This is day 7. And because this is our first time doing the investigation quest, we will be on entry node 2, which is investigation starting point 1. If we start here, the group gains 2 potions. And bada bing. So, Jyuratodus is on the rampage, making this swamp extremely unsafe for researchers, merchants, anyone who needs to cross it. So, as usual, you've been called in to deal with things. Because that's what you do. You handle things, like gigantic, ravenous land sharks. All in a day's work, you suppose. We can race into the swamp to see exactly how the scholar ended up lost. You won't make the same mistake. We can gain keen bones and quality bones. I think I don't need those anymore. Or we can only choose this option if we have at least 1 shell in our inventories. We do. You know what Jyuratodus looks for in its prey. You're a bit more careful since you last faced one. That is so true. Let's do that. We'll discard one time card, gain one track token. Each hunter gains a Jyuratodus fin. I don't think I need those anymore, but whatever. Proceed to entry 24. The kill was recent. So recent the blood is still pumping from Baroth's ruined throat. Not often you see a Baroth killed so efficiently, but the creature was ambushed. Bent down to drink, and Jyuratodus came out of the mud. No time to react, only to bleed. At least you're on the right track. We can hear something strange on the breeze, or we can ignore the sound for now. The breeze will give us an aqua sac, and we'll need one of those for future reference. So I guess we'll take that. Discard a time card, each hunter gains one aqua sac. There's a voice, disconcertingly loud in the quiet of the swamp. It's reading, intoning the words of a book. Something about Jyuratodus' feeding habits. You wonder if the voice knows if it carries on at this volume. It'll become evidence of those feeding habits itself. We can race to the voice, or ready myself, then quickly and cautiously toward the voice. They both lead to the same entry, but I'd rather not discard two time cards, so we'll race to the voice. We'll discard a time card, place it to one side of the deck, gain one track token, and proceed to entry 12. Already tired, you head into the swamp. Someone came this way and you're on their tracks. The swamp sucks at your feet with every step, and the mist makes knowing where you're going virtually impossible. But you can hear the splash of footsteps ahead of you. You're gaining. Gain one track token. We can either don't stop just ahead of me, you're certain of it, or we can only choose this option if we are on the assigned quest. That is not the case, so therefore we must draw a time card and place it to one side of the deck. Proceed to entry 8. You almost collide with the scholar, their thin form quaking in the gelid swamp air, and they turn to you, gibbering with fear, in total panic. Are they trying to say something? Then, before you can try and speak to them, they're running back the way they came, and you're staring into the darkness. A darkness with teeth. If the number of time cards adjacent to the deck is equal to or less than the number of track tokens, that's 2, discard the cards, then progress to entry 30. If the number of cards is higher than the number of track tokens, discard the cards, then progress to entry 29. It's lower, so let's go for 30. I don't understand the difference. They both essentially do the same thing. The darkness lunges forward, becoming a Jyuratodus as it does so, and forcing you to leap aside to prevent it taking your midsection with it. It snarls, wheeling about, and battle is joined. Entry 29 says a similar thing. They both reveal your track tokens and begin the hunt. So, that's weird. Let's see. Investigation quest, Scoutfly level 3. I match. Therefore, equal to or fewer, we get forward bite. Alright. Let us begin. The investigation Jyuratodus says it's a Myers stalker. When he's on a pawn node, his behaviors gain 1 damage and 1 dodge difficulty. And our first behavior is Dive Smash. This is targeting the farthest hunter, which will be 1, 2, 3, and we'll go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Where do I go? I'll be here. 4. And it'll be range 1, damage 8, difficulty 5, stun. Unfortunately, I don't think I can avoid that. It would cost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically my entire hand, and I would do nothing. So no, I'm going to say no. But thanks to my armor, the greaves, the mail, the Baroth helm, and the mighty strong arm also gives me a defense point. I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus the 8 damage it does, that's actually 4. Down to 4 health myself. And it hits me with stun. So that means I do have to get rid of one of my cards. Unfortunately, it goes face down. So I'll put a weak slash down there. But now, we can do 3 hunter turns with 3 attack cards. That's a pretty good spot to be in. So, show us what you're made of now, Charge Blade. We will do, in no particular order, Return Stroke, 1 card to the face, 3 damage. Hey, that's cool, but unfortunately, the head armor is 2, so it only does 1. Down to 69. Nice. Then we'll do a quick rising slash. That's 2 damage cards. Another 3 and 1. That's 4 minus 2. That's only 2 damage. 67. Then for our number 3, Element's Discharge. That becomes 1, 2, 3 damage cards for a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. To the face, minus 2 is 5. 62. Not bad. And we put a damage token onto the face. We discard that because that is what the Charge Blade behavior does. And I have 4 damage cards left in my deck. I'm inclined to use Wrath of Meow now, because Wrath of Meow will do 3 damage. 5 minus 2 becomes 3. Actually, when I said 3 damage, I meant 3 damage cards, but hey, that works too. 59. I take a step back, and next turn, I'll just sharpen my blade and maybe drink a potion. Because now I only have 1 damage card left in my deck. I mean, hey, burst damage, right? That's not bad. Time card says, a Vespoid attack. We'll flip tokens, discard, and draw. But that means we'll have to discard down. So, let's see. I'm going to keep the 2 cards in my hand that have 2 agility, just in case. Shield Block and Lunging Slash. Okay, so we have Insect Glaive turn up next. A red Kinsect, which I can't make use of, but that's okay. What I'll do is walk over. Let's see, your weak spot is your tail. It has the least amount of armor for 2. Same with the head, actually. The fins on the sides actually have more armor. That's weird. Alright, weak slash says 1 damage card. That's 2. That's 1. Boink. And then I'll hit you with a Reaping Slash for 2 damage cards. That's 3, 4, 5, minus 2. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. We have 55. I'm going to end it there because the only cards I have remaining are Jumping Slashes and I don't want to use them. So, time says Threat Shift, flip, discard, draw. And then we pass tokens. I'm going to have the Insect Glaive here go because I want Kinsects. I get an orange one. That's not what I want. Actually, that's really bad. So what I'll do is another wide sweep, 1 card for 1 damage, and then Poison Slash combo, 1 card for 1 damage. I'm getting rid of my 3s, that's really bad. And I'll put a poison token on Jyuratodus. Jyuratodus has a resistance of 2, so I need to put down another poison to make him suffer it. And then I'll take a step back because the next card is going to be targeting the farthest hunter. I need that to be the Insect Glaive. Time says misread. Thanks. Of course it does, you know? Why wouldn't it? Okay. Misread will put a wrench in our plans. We discard Mudspit and instead we take Rapid Headbutt, which actually goes against the closest hunter. Oh, actually that's fine. They're both equidistant. This actually doesn't matter. Equidistant. Insect Glaive wins ties because you have the higher threat now. So we'll go toward you. 1, 2. Where do I go? It has to be here because I'm still in the front arc. Turn to look at me. And then hit me for 9 damage. And stun. Or dodge difficulty 5. 5, you say. I can do that with 2 cards. So I think I will. That'll cost me a Poison Slash combo, and that'll cost me a Vault. That's 5. And that means I can run away. But do I want to? Not particularly. Not in this moment. So, we'll let it be. 2 turns, 2 cards. Insect Glaive. You get your white Kinsect. Unfortunately, it's too little too late. But we will. Reaping Slash. 2 cards to the face. 1 for reduced by 2 is 2 damage. 51. But it is orange, therefore means I can get rid of 2 cards before drawing time. And time says Suspended Boulder. Oh, wait. Stop everything. The Insect Glaive has his token face down. All that would still play out. All the Charge Blade does is walk forward, drink a potion, and sharpen weapon. And then the time card that you draw is actually Suspended Boulder. So we see if that works. Yes, 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 46 to Jyuratodus. And then Insect Glaive dulls all that and draws his time, which will be a threat shift. Flipping the token, discarding 1, and drawing back up. I've got so many agility cards in my hand. And then look at this, we pass tokens again. So what do you do, Jyuratodus? You double spit. Doesn't hit the front arcs, but hits the sides for 2 range, which is boink, boink, nobody. You're too far, and that's great. Then you look at the closest and go back 3. 1, 2, that's it. We got 3 turns, 2 cards. So Charge Blade must go. And now I get to Lunging Slash, 2 free movement. Ooh, I can even. I'll be here because it's 1, that's 2. And that's 2 cards to the head. For 2, 3, only 1, 45. And then hit him with a quick Rising Slash. That's 2 cards for 2, 5, minus 2, that's 3. 1, 2, 3, 42. Cool. There you go. See, we can do some damage. We're actually pretty good right now. Time says keep hunting. Flip, discard, and go. Alright, the Charge Blade has some really bad cards in his hand, so I'm going to try and make him go here. What we're going to do is Shield Block, and then Element Discharge to your face hole. It's only 2 cards though, because we have the 1 and the 1 vial. So that's 2, 5, minus 2, that's 1, 2, 3, 39, not bad. Discarding the first vial card we have, and also putting a break token on your face. Unfortunately, the break threshold on the face is 6, and so I only have 2. These 2 characters aren't much breakers, but hey, you know, we try. We'll take our free movement, take a step back, or should I keep, actually I'll stay here. Then, draw time. Sleep Toad. Token. Discard. Discard Element Round Slash. I just will never. Not once, not ever. And see if sleep takes effect on you, but you actually are immune to sleep. You don't care. Okay. Insect Glaive. I am at the whims of the Kinsects. I do not have the cards necessary. So we'll Volt to go forward, Walk to go forward, White Sweep for 1, for 1. I'm really just wasting my own time here, aren't I? And I guess sit there. Yeah, I don't want to go too crazy on it. Poison Cup. Okay. Go on you, please. No, it goes onto me, and I'm not resistant to it. So I actually do take the poison. So, I'll remember that for when it's the Insect Glaive's turn next. But Jyuratodus will attack everyone. Tidal waves will hit front and sides, not the rear. But guess where we are? Around you. Tidal wave will do 7 water damage or 4 dodge difficulty. So here's an interesting situation. The Charge Blade has 1 water resistance thanks to the Baroth helm, and 1 water resistance thanks to the Chef, so it's 2. Shield Block says double it, so now it's 4. Tidal Wave, we take that to the face. 7 reduced by 4 is now 3. I'm down to 5 health remaining. The Insect Glaive, on the other hand, has water resistance 2 because of the Pookie Hood and the Chef. So 7 will become 5. It would put me at 3 health remaining, or I dodge 4. And while I can, I don't want to. So I'll take that. 7 reduced by 2 is 5, taking me to 3 health remaining. Then he'll try and reverse 4. Looking at the closest, that would be you. And that's where we sit. So it's not bad. 3 turns, 2 cards. Insect Glaive. You go, you'll get an orange Kinsect. You know what? That's okay. That is all right. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to move 1 so I can be in that front arc. Hit him with a Poison Slash. That's 2 cards for 1, for 3, that's 4, minus 2 is 2. 36, another break token, another 1. Poison, so now you have poison, just like me. It's orange, orange is revealed, these 2 go away. Oh man. And then, before I draw, oh no, I can't. I was gonna say, before I draw time, I will try and get away here, just so that, you know, I have some safe distance. But Poison Slash is a turn ender. Once you play it, your turn is ended. You can't do anything after that. So, we draw time. Threat Shift. Flip token. Discard the last card there. Discard cards from hand. And draw. Then we pass tokens. So this could end very poorly for the Insect Glaive here, but I am full on my stamina board. I just have 1 health remaining thanks to poison. Okay. Charge Blade. Gets rid of shield block. What do we do? What do we do? We just have weak attacks and a shield block. So, first attack does 2, which is 1. Second attack does 1, which is 1. 1, 1, 34. Actually, wait. Give me that back. 35. There you go, the pot is right. Ending turn. Sleep Toad. Yay, doesn't hurt me. But doesn't help me. Okay, that's 2 of our 3. Let's go Insect Glaive. Revealing the white. Thrust for now becoming 3 cards. That's 2, 5, 6, minus 2, makes it 4, 31. Then, Jumping Slash is probably just going to be 1 damage. I only have 1 damage card left. That is 1. 30. Well, we're going to put a break token on it. So that's 4 of 6. Then I back away slowly. Real slow like. And end my turn. Keep hunting. I sure will. Flip token, discard cards, and draw. Although, I'm going to get rid of Tornado Slash. Because my next turn will just have to be Potion and Sharpen. So, I'm not really in a position to do damage. Or use combo enders. But what do you do, Jyuratodus? You forward bite. That's closest. That's 1. That's 2. Should I go into the water? Yeah, probably, right? No. Yeah. Yeah. That's 3. Or not into the water, but towards the water. Then it's 9 damage. 5 dodge difficulty, range 1 front arc. So my total armor here is 4 from my equipment, 5, 6 thanks to shield block, 7 thanks to Baroth Helm, making this an additional 1. So that reduces 9 to all the way down to 2. I only take 2 damage and I'm down to 3 remaining. Tank it up, Charge Blade. It is your turn. Show this fish what for. Should I be expecting to do damage? No. I only have 3 cards left in my deck. Meaning you also will need to sharpen soon. Should I expect... I doubt that I'm going to get another great opportunity like that, but it's possible, right? Quick Rising Slash to the face says 1, 2 damage, only 1, end turn. Threat shift, flip tokens, discard, draw. Because I don't expect to do much, I'm going to get rid of the cards in my hand that do not have high dodge, just in case. Okay, that's your turn over. Actually, I don't even think I did the poison damage, so it's 27. See, this is why I got to do it at the beginning of the turn so I don't forget. Insect Glaive. You don't get to do much. We'll reveal the Kinsect, that's cool. Sharpen, and drink a potion. Time. Tactical shift. The next attack is going to hit the closest hunter. Do I want that to be the Charge Blade or the Insect Glaive? I think I will move them just in case. Because the Charge Blade, I don't want you to die, just in case. Okay, next behavior, backflip. Even though it's a back flip, it hits what's in front. Tell me how that makes sense. For 3 range, that's pretty far, man. 7 water damage, 5 dodge difficulty. Okay, what's my resistance? 1 naturally, 2 chef, doubled becomes 4. Means this would do 3 damage, means I would die. And just like that, I'm dead. We tried to protect you. It didn't work. I'm very sorry. There's 1 cart, but that's okay. But we move on. He looks at him. 1, 2, stops. Okay. 4 turns, 2 cards. 4 turns, that's a lot. And actually, I think you just so happen to be real close to smacking range. Yeah. That is where I can come back. And for those watching, remember, I only put my character back down when I begin their turn, which I want to do right now. The Insect Glaive can't go. I finished the monster's behavior. Charge Blade has to go. So, start of your turn, plop down, and sharpen right in front of them. Time. Poison Cup, Buttercup, to you. Nice. Flipping tokens, discarding cards that don't exist, and the ones from my hand. That's 1 of 4, so now either can go. You know what? Let's go with the Charge Blade. You're right here, and actually I can move myself. No, I would like to be, say, here just for kicks and giggles, but it's probably not for the best. I'm still in the front arc here, so let's just keep it that way. First, we will Lunging Slash. That's 2 cards for 2, 3, 1, 26, and then Shield Thrust for 1. It's going to be 1 damage, of course, but I'll put a stun token on you. Maybe this will be helpful. We're playing the long game. Draw time. Threat Shift. Then the Insect Glaive goes, revealing white. Okay. And you're fully healed up. So if we move 1 normally, I think we're going to have to go for the Vault here. Vault into the pond, which causes us to discard a damage card. Got rid of a 2, that's okay, because I will thrust your face for 3 cards. 2, 3, 4. I mean, hey, I could have done better. 23, and then jumping, advancing, slash. 2 cards. 2, 5, minus 2, 1, 2, 3, down to 20, but also putting 1 more token to the face. That's 3, 4, 5. Almost breaking the head. Man, you are a chunky monkey. Ending the turn. Tactical Shift. Do I want to tactically shift around you? I don't think it's necessary. Since I'm in the water now, I might as well stay there, right? And we draw back up. Okay. I'll have the Insect Glaive go again. Revealing orange. Now I can either do big damage Or I can break that face. I can still break the face regardless. Let's do that first. Jumping Advancing Slash is 2 cards. 3, 4, minus 2 is 2. 1, 2, down to 18. And boom. Oh. Boom. Breaking the head with Plunder Blade. Meaning now that head behaviors have -1 dodge difficulty. Let's see if we remember that. Then I can either do big damage or big heal. Let's see, you have 18 health remaining. I don't think doing damage to you is all that necessary. But I also don't think that I need to worry about my stamina usage here. I have full health. Tornado Slash. 2 cards becomes 4. That's 3, 6, 9, 12. The big one. Hitting the head. That's 10 damage. 18 becomes 8 health remaining. Hoo-wee! So we'll keep it like that. And you know what? He's going to attack me anyways because the next target is the furthest. So I'll just go further away. Yeah, I kind of don't want him to attack while on this node, but maybe it's unavoidable. Maybe I can avoid getting hit. We'll see. We'll draw time. Monster Retreats. Okay, let's go through the motions. Flip, discard, discard. I don't think I'll get a chance to use this card. And just in case I can use that, we'll keep that in my hand. Drawing back up. Not getting a whole lot of stuff here, but hey, stuff is stuff. Then we discard 4 time cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. I saw 2 monster sleeps and a rampage in that. You know what? We'll take that. Each hunter may sharpen their weapon and use a potion from the communal pool. Let's sharpen. I was running out of cards anyways. I really don't mind that one. Alright, so that is our 4 turns. So what do? Jyuratodus. Direct rush. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, has to be there, that's 4, maybe there. Looking at you like that. Or I could do that, it really doesn't matter. Wait, does it? 1, 2, 3 has to be there. 4, no, yeah, see? 4, aha, good thing I checked. Has to be like that. Could have been either of those 2 spaces, but not the one that I picked. So, after moving around like that, what do? 8 damage, 4 dodge, 1 range. 8 damage becomes reduced by 3, so I take 5, and I'm at 3 health remaining. I'm not going to dodge 4 for that. 2 cards, 2 attacks. Charge Blade has to run over to you, but thank you, Lunging Slash. 1, 2. Get in there. 2 cards. 1, 3. That's 4. 4 reduced by 2 in the tail becomes 2. 6 health remaining. You know what? I think we just go for it. Element Discharge. It's a break, but doesn't matter. It's going to be 1, 2, 3 cards for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can do math. 8 reduced by 2 is 6. You are dead. Not bad. Not bad at all. That went so much more smoothly than the last time. See, all it takes is that green rarity weapon. So, let's look at our rewards. We'll get a head part, which is a fang. And because this is an investigation quest, each hunter will get 4 dice each. And the insect glaive gets 2 for Plunder Blade. I have crazy rolls. And the Charge Blade will get... Okay. Is that Yahtzee? Does that count as Yahtzee? I don't know. I'll be back with what I create. Alright, this was a very successful HQ phase where I got to craft the 2 things that I really wanted. So first, I was able to make the Mudslide Blade, which is Jyuratodus' green rarity weapon. This already has 5 3 damage cards, 4 2 damage cards, and 3 1 damage cards. It's just better by the numbers than the Mighty Strong Arm. But we also have to look at the attack cards. It changes. We will take out 2 Elements Round Slashers, the card that I never use in any fight ever. Every time I think I'm going to use it, I end up not using it. And it replaces them with Slippery Round Slash. Still not great. It's only 1 damage, but it adds water damage. And we'll finally get to see how elemental damage works in the next hunts. It increases agility values here, but it's still going to be a hard card for me to use, I think. In fact, I think the attack cards that the Jyuratodus weapons bring in, I don't know, man. It's going to be hard because here, I also managed to make the purple rarity weapon. I just had resources for days. This, of course, will have a much better damage deck than the green one. And it'll also take out 2 amped element discharges and put in water element discharges, increasing their agility value and adding water damage to the card. Unfortunately, these are 2 cards that you have never seen me use in my playthrough. So this will be a challenging weapon to wield effectively. It's possible. I just haven't done it with what you've seen me use previously. So it will require me to play a little differently. So let's see if I'm able to do so. I usually don't like living in high stamina areas. I usually end up discharging my load a little too early, if you catch my drift. Because I like to stay in low stamina usage. But we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. Because next time, I'm going after Diablos. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed this series, of course, subscribe to the channel, walk up to the Liberty Bell, and finish a job that history never did and crack that sucker in half to make sure that YouTube knows I'm good for business. But that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching.